Hello Internet! In this video we are going to have a look at the third game that I played in the Players' Cup 2. Now, like I said at the beginning of the last two games, again, you might have seen on the stream or the video that I put up on Friday, I was not happy going into this tournament. I was not confident at all. My confidence was very low going into this. I was very stressed. I put way too much stress on myself, really. And we just come into two matchups that I really didn't want to face. The Pheromosa, which I was very scared of, and they probably should have won in the first game, and the Stack Attacker in the second game, which I did lose to. I made that stupid move the game one as well too. So go back and watch them if you haven't already, especially the first game, because that was absolutely crazy. The first game of the tournament for me. I'm not feeling happy. I've been put into the losers bracket, really not confident, and I look at this guy's team. And confidence just slips away from me even more. Okay, at least this guy hasn't got a Stack Attacker, but he's got something else very bad. And that is a faster fast mode than mine. Now, because it's open team sheet, I saw his Whimsicott has got Tailwind, obviously. It's got Taunt as well, not good for mine. And he has got Trick Room on his Whimsicott as well, which I thought was just going to be maybe a tech move just to try and, flip the Trick Room around if they don't want Trick Room up, since they have got quite a fast and offensive team looking there. They have got a faster fast mode than me, but they've also got the Trick Room option, potentially, with their Whimsicott, with the Life Orb Milotic and Weakness Policy Metagross in the back. The Landorus is Assault Vested here as well too, but normally against teams like this, I would just lead with Whimsicott and Thundurus, against general fast offensive teams, especially if they've got a Landorus, with a Whimsicott or whatever. I would just go Whimsicott and Thundurus. But I feel like I really can't do that here because, I'll just pause the video as well because there was quite a bit of thinking going into the team preview for this. I thought I couldn't do that here because if they wanted to match fast modes, they could easily just lead with Whimsicott and Cinderace. And then, okay, my Whimsicott and their Whimsicott both go for the Tailwind, the match there. I would maybe go for an Airstream because I had to try and get some kind of speed initiative on them. An Airstream into their Whimsicott, they survive with the Focus Sash. And then their Cinderace would either go for an Airstream into my Whimsicott so that they are still faster. That's probably is what would happen in that scenario. Because, I haven't got a Sash on Whimsicott. They're back to being faster than me again as well. Or they would go for the G-Max football thing into my Thundurus, and then I would be faster the next turn, but at the same time, they would be able to two-shot my Thundurus. Again, I'm not sure on the calculation, maybe even like a Moonblast and a football into my Thundurus might even get it, because they'd still have their Whimsicott around. And also, I thought that was going to be a very bad scenario, because then, because my Whimsicott goes down, I bring in, my Urshifu, my Nihilego, my own Cinderace, what do I put in there? And if they do just go for an Airstream, as I expected they would do, if they do just go for an Airstream into my Whimsicott, then they're just going to be faster, and whatever I bring in is going to be threatened. They could just one-shot my Urshifu, they could just one-shot my Cinderace. I've got nothing to answer to that for. So I'm thinking, well, okay, I can't go with Whimsicott Thundurus then. I just can't do that, because if they lead with Whimsicott and Cinderace, they're just going to win. So I'm thinking, right, well, there's no alternative. I have to just match with my Cinderace and just try and go through them this way. So that was what I was thinking going into the team preview here. Yeah, there we go. And I'm thinking, I want Urshifu in the back, and do I bring Thundurus in the back? I think I do, just so that I've got something else to hit the Milotic. Normally it'd be like a Tapu Fini or something in that Milotic slot, and then I'd bring the Nihilego to hit that, but Nihilego doesn't look amazing against the rest of his team, and Thundurus looks okay still against the rest. We can still get Defiant boosts maybe on the Landorus. So I'm feeling not good at all. I'm thinking, well, they're just going to lead with the Whimsicott and Cinderace here, aren't they? They could really lead with the Regieleki as well, but I thought if they led with the Regieleki, like Regieleki and Whimsicott, that's not so much a problem. Then I would wish that I'd led with my Thundurus. But I didn't really, I thought it was a possibility, but I thought it would work out for them best. They had the best chance leading with Whimsicott and Cinderace here. But they lead with that. What on earth was that for a lead? What on earth was that for a lead? Bloody hell. I could have literally just led my Thunderous into this. Got my Defiant boost, my Defiant boot. Where's it gone? my Defiant boost, and yeah, could have got the Tailwind so that I was faster, and then I could have kept on airstreaming so that I continued to be faster, and then yeah, I would have just won the game, wouldn't I? Like, as simple as that, I believe. So I'm pretty annoyed at this moment in time. Like, I've led with my Cinderace into an Intimidate here. And I'm thinking, well, alright then, let's just try and, get the Tailwind up so that, yes, I can, get the initiative on them, because they can't Tailwind, because they didn't have the WHIMs got there. And, I'm not going to Dynamax the thing, because I'm going to be faster anyway. Pyro Ball will do a lot of damage, should be a 2-shot onto their Regieleki, and, if it goes, I'm a -1 anyway, I don't really want to Dynamax it, so, we do that, and they do go for the Electro Web there. Yeah, so fair enough. Another unfortunate thing for me in this game was their Whimsicott had Taunt on it as well. So if, like, we both led Whimsicott into Whimsicott, if I went for a switcheroo or something, if I didn't try and match Tailwinds, and they did Tailwind, then they would just be able to taunt me and stop me Tailwinding the next turn. So I'm thinking, alright, I'm actually okay here, aren't I? They've just gone for an Electro Web. I can potentially just go for an Airstream, another Pyro Ball into the Regieleki and knock it out. And it didn't really occur to me that they might actually try and Trick Room here themselves, because they've just gone for an Electro Web. I'm thinking they're just going to match my Tailwind. They'll have an extra turn of Tailwind over mine because, it's a turn after me. And it was about this point, it was about this moment in time that I'm thinking, oh no, they're gonna Trick Room, aren't they? They're clearly thinking about this turn, and I'm thinking, well, you are an idiot again, Barry. You absolute idiot. The Regieleki is not really threatening us here at all. Like, ooh, he sets up a Reflector, a Light Screen or whatever. Ooh, he goes for an Electro Web and, gives us a Defiant boost or whatever. I don't really care what this Regieleki is doing, but if they get Trick Room up, I'm just going to lose the game. Let's have a look. And, yeah, as soon as I saw he wasn't Tailwinding there, as soon as I saw my Airstream go off, I knew he was Trick Rooming. Yeah. Woo, I've knocked the Regieleki out. I should always have just been knocking out that Whimsicott. I know, and you all know as well, how fatal Trick Room is to this team. And I literally just let him set it up. I should always... I'm such an idiot again. Come on, man. Like, game 1 of the last game, I make the bad move. And I lose it. And again, I've made such a bad play here. And I don't know, like, I'm thinking now afterwards, I'm thinking, why? Why? I don't normally play this bad. I did put so much pressure on myself going into this tournament. Like, not even for myself. Like, I didn't care if I did well or not. I just wanted to not embarrass myself. I just wanted to get some decent content for here on YouTube. And thank you everyone who has said, oh, you don't need to prove yourself and all the rest of it. We know that you're a good player and we watch you for, for who you are and all the rest of it. And really, I thank you very much, all of you who says that. It does make me feel better. But, like, come on, I was an idiot here. Like, I put so much pressure on myself. And I played like an idiot. So yeah, I'm annoyed. I'm reliving my annoyance right now, as you can probably tell. But yeah, they've got Trick Room up. Is there any way that I can win this game? I don't know. Let's see. Let's play it out. There might be a chance still, because I see that he can't activate the weakness policy on his Metagross other than Sucker Punching it with his own Cinderace, if he's got that, or Earthquaking it with his Landorus. So, like, his team does look a little bit sort of, weird in that regard. Like, he's got weakness policy on his Metagross, but aside from Sucker Punch on Cinderace, no real good way to set it up, unless, again, he does want to Earthquake himself. But, yeah, okay. I'm thinking, at this point, I was thinking, right, I've still got Choice Banded Urshifu in the bag. I have got Tailwind up. Maybe if I can get into a situation where my Tailwind isn't up anymore, Urshifu, Choice Band, Wicked Blow might be able to do something into the Metagross. So, yeah, again, what play was this? Like, I knuckled into the Metagross, hoping to put it in range of a Choice Banded Wicked Blow. Now, what does this attack boost do for my Thunderous? Not a whole lot. I should have just gone for an Electric there. A Max Electric. Which would have done, you know, a decent chunk more damage. Maybe put it into, you know, closer range to the Wicked Blow. And now, what do I do here? I'm actually Max Guarding? Looks like I am. I guess I'm thinking... The Whimsicott for me, like... For him, my Whimsicott isn't really doing anything here. Like, I can't... Okay, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't remember Max Guarding this turn. Because I'm thinking, like, if he calls the Max Guard, then it literally is game over. Because I have got another turn of Tailwind, I think, or have I? I'm not sure. But yeah, I do just double into this Whimsicott because I think if I knock the Whimsicott out, even if it's Landorus in the back, maybe a Wicked Blow with this critical hits can do something against the rest of his team, maybe. And you know, he hasn't got his weakness policy activated. The Metagross isn't the biggest threat just yet. And yeah, he does call the Max Guard on my Thunderous there. So he targets into the Whimsicott. That's that gone. I go for an Airstream into the Whimsicott. I could have gone for a Knuckle into the Whimsicott as well, just for an extra boost or whatever. But I go for an Airstream into it just in case he swaps the Landorus in there, which I didn't expect him to, but just in case he did. You know, I went for the Airstream. The speed boosts really do nothing for me here, unless, you know, we can get out of Trick Room somehow, and I'll be faster than the Regieleki, I suppose. But yeah, but Thunderous is low. My Tailwind has ended now. Urshifu comes in, and I'm thinking, right, you know, they haven't activated a weakness policy on their Metagross. My Urshifu should survive, I believe, should survive a Max Steel Spike from it, but I know this isn't Assault Vest Landorus. We haven't seen any speeds from it yet, so I don't know how it is trained, if it has got a lot of speed in it, but my Urshifu is adamant. It's adamant. If they are Jolly Landorus and max speed, my Urshifu will be faster than it in Trick Room now. So I'm clutching at straws here, but I'm thinking, well, yeah, if Urshifu can survive a Steel Spike, maybe I can get the Choice Band Wicked Blow into the Metagross and potentially one-shot it, maybe at this range, and maybe if the Landorus goes for a Rock Slide, if he misses, I can fly on this last turn of Trick Room, and since I have got a Defiant boost now, I can maybe fish for like a knockout with Fly onto the Landorus, because I know it's Assault Vested, I know it can't protect, so I'm thinking, is there any way that I can do this? Is there any way? But yeah, Steel Spike, I think I should survive. Oh, what's that? Yeah, okay. They didn't have their weakness policy boosted there, so activated there, so yeah, like, I'm not 100% on that calculation. Again, I've not done it, but I think, and by the U-turn there, it looks like they were doubling into the Urshifu anyway. So if we don't know the speed on the Landorus, if it was Jolly Max speed, then yeah, I should have got the Wicked Blow, I think, into their Metagross. But yeah, the game is over now. Because, and I can't, like, the worst part is I can't even forfeit because I'm flying, so the game just automatically puts Fly in. I suppose we'll get to see the damage though, won't we? They're at +1 defense from the Steel Spike, and I don't even know, are we +2 because we knuckled once and had the Defiant activated from the Intimidate, I think? Are we +2 maybe? But yeah, they protect the Metagross for whatever reason. You know, ooh, this deadly Fly is going to, you know, do so much damage into the Metagross, isn't it? Oh, yeah, okay, last turn of Trick Room. And now, yeah, okay. And now I'm in Life Orb range, so, like, it literally doesn't matter what I do here. Like, I'm thinking, what do I prefer to do? Because I'm just going to play it out. Like, Wild Charge into the Metagross, see the damage there, or just see, for the hell of it, if a superpower knocks out the Thunderous. And I thought, well, alright then. Yeah, let's go for the Thunderous. At least the Metagross has got the ability to protect. Like, if he misclicks or something, it has got the ability to protect. But even still, like, the Life Orb Recoil is obviously going to take me out. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Metagross was going to hit into nothing that turn anyway, so I suppose Protect was, you know, just whatever. I suppose it was the optimal move there. But yeah, I'm annoyed. I'm really annoyed because, like, I literally just let him get the Trick Room up. And you know how I feel about Trick Room. Yeah, so again, I am seething with rage all over again. I'm angry again now. But okay, so I'm thinking, all right, next game, you know, just don't play like an idiot and you might have a chance. And I'm also thinking maybe they haven't actually recognized at this point that a Whimsicott Cinderace lead just beats me. Like if I don't lead Whimsicott, my own Whimsicott Cinderace. So I'm thinking, all right, well if they've not recognized that, you know, they led like, you know, blummin' heck, you know what? They led Metagross and Regieleki. No, they led Landorus and Regieleki last game, didn't they? Like, blummin' heck. Like, did they make a really hard call that I was not going to lead with Thundurus there or something? Like, maybe. But I'm thinking, well, yeah, they led really badly in that first game. Maybe they just haven't recognized this. So, Whimsicott Thundurus it is, with Urshifu in the back. And I believe Cinderace in the back as well. Because I'm thinking, well, alright, then if, you know, maybe they haven't recognised that if they lead Cinderace, then, you know, maybe we can do something like this, you know. In hindsight, you know, if I'd led like this last game, we would have been in a much better situation. So, let's just lead like this and see what happens. You can tell I'm frustrated still, can't you? Oh, dear me. Okay. But still, we can win this. We can win this. So think, and okay, well, they've not led with the Cinderace, which I suppose is good. They have led with their Whimsicott, but now we're in like awful mind game situations of, you know, do they Trick Room again? Because the only way that I can deny their Trick Room is going for the switcheroo into their Whimsicott and going for the Airstream into it. That is literally the only way that I can stop Trick Room here. But if they, like, if they're not Trick Rooming, if they just go for a Tailwind here, because they've got Taunt on their Whimsicott, they can just stop me from going for my own Tailwind the next turn. So this is the awful dilemma of this team. Like, it's impossible to play consistently, isn't it? It's literally impossible to play consistently. Because you have to call literally every turn correctly as to if they're going to Trick Room, are they going to Tailwind, you know, what's going to happen. And it just so happens, you know, of course, they go for the Tailwind this turn. So there's my switcheroo. I'll have your Focus Sash, thank you very much. So I've got a Sash now. If they go for an Electro Web, then, okay, yeah. If they go for an Electro Web, I'm not going to get ejected out. And I actually am knocking out their Whimsicott here, aren't I? So actually I can get the Tailwind up next turn. And I have got my Defiant activated here as well too. And I'm back to neutral speed now after this Airstream. So, yeah, I'm thinking, well, alright then. You know, maybe we're not in the worst of situations. Let's see how it plays out. You know, if they've got Metagross and Landorus in the back again, then I'm fine, aren't I? Although I have used my eject button. And this time, what is my opponent going to bring in? They're thinking about it. They bring in, of course, it's the Cinderace. So, yeah. They can just Dynamax the Cinderace and win the game, can't they now? Like, and this is just a dilemma of the team. Like, my opponent here had a fast mode faster than my fast mode. They had Regieleki and they had Cinderace. But they also had the option to Trick Room with their Whimsicott. And, like an idiot, I just didn't respect the option to Trick Room turn 1, game 1, and game 2, being so fearful of the potential Trick Room, I just let him roll with his fast mode. Now, yeah, I'm in desperation mode now. I think I make some pretty desperate plays right now. So let's see how this plays out, because you know there's still game to play here. you know, you're probably looking at, I've not recorded it yet, obviously, because I'm recording it right now, but you're probably looking at the rest of this video thinking, well, okay, it's a long video, maybe he can win this somehow? I don't know, we'll see. But, like, clearly I've lost the game, haven't I? Clearly. So I Tailwind, and they go for the Rising Voltage into my Max Guard, and the Fireball into my Max Guard. Okay. Reasonable. Decent. Although, if they had knocked the Whimsicott out there, that still wouldn't have been that great because, you know, they're still going to be faster. They can still have a faster airstream into whatever, you know, Urshifu into, is it Nihilego? Oh, it's Cinderace that I brought in the back, isn't it? Yeah. So, like, I've literally just lost the game now. So, again, there's nothing to stop him from just doing the same. And even if I went for a double Max Guard here, what am I going to get from that? Like a Moonblast into the Regieleki or whatever. You know, wow. You know, that does nothing. So, yeah. So what I do, I think, is, yeah, I just go for a switcheroo because I can see that there's a magnet on their Regieleki. I'm just hoping, really, that, like, without the magnet boost, like, the Rising Voltage and the Fireball doesn't knock Thundurus out. But, yeah, obviously it does. So we needed Thundurus to survive that, to have any chance. I think the game looks over, doesn't it? Like, what can I even do at this point? Because I'm thinking, right, like, you know, they did Tailwind first. So when their Tailwind ends, I will have that one turn of Tailwind over them. And I know that their Cinderace hasn't got Protect. So, you know, maybe we can do something with Urshifu in the back. Even if I'd kept the Focus Sash on my Whimsicott instead of switching it back onto their Regieleki and put it on my Cinderace this turn, they were still just going to go for this Electro Web and double into the Cinderace, weren't they? I think. But I guess they can't knock both my Pokemon out this turn. So, yeah, another Airstream. I imagine into my Cinderace. Yep, so Cinderace, yeah, doing nothing here. Can't protect it. At least I am getting this Moonblast into their Regieleki. At least I'm getting that. So, you know, it's down below, whatever. Maybe instead of switchering it the turn before, I should have maybe just fished for a Moonblast special attack drop. Oh, actually, we do get that here. Okay. Okay, but this is the turn. The Tailwind has ended. And I've still got Tailwind, but they have got, I believe it's just one Airstream boost, isn't it? But even though they're at +1 and I'm in Tailwind, their Regieleki, because it's so fast, yeah, +1 to the speed there. Even though their Regieleki, like, their Regieleki is so fast, it is still faster than my Urshifu, that's what I'm trying to say. And they can just go for an Electro Web and then the Cinderace will be faster into the Urshifu, and maybe I can hope for them missing a high jump kick. I don't know. Bounce. I can't even protect a bounce, can I? But, you know, at least they can miss. So I need to hope for some kind of luck, don't I? To have any chance here. And yeah, so you throw the Electro about and he misses the Urshifu. Okay. So now my Urshifu in Tailwind should be faster, yes, than the Cinderace. It's a flying type. We do get the one-shot. And because we've still got our Whimsicott around, we actually do get the Moonblast and the knockout into their Regieleki. Okay. Have we won this game? By some miracle, have we won this game? Let's see. Okay, so my Tailwind is gone now, and I don't have any other speed boosts. I was very tempted here to not Tailwind, so that I actually knew if my Urshifu was faster than this Landorus or not. But if they did get like a superpower critical hit into my Urshifu, then the game is obviously over, isn't it? So I just go for the the safe move of Tailwind. Wicked Blow into the Landorus, and then if this doesn't knock it out, the Moonblast will follow up and knock it out in the next turn as well. Because an Earthquake isn't going to knock my Urshifu out. He needs to go for like a superpower, doesn't he? His Landorus does actually survive that, so it maybe is calculated to survive a banded Wicked Blow, but maybe not, maybe just does it naturally. But I actually do survive this superpower. Like, I did more damage than I thought it would, but like, yeah, I survived the superpower there, and we can just finish the game off with a Moonblast. So my Whimsicott actually managed to do something there. But, like, again, I'm feeling really not good going into this third game, because, look, I mean, they've got all the tools they need to win against me. I mean, I suppose, you could say the same. I mean, I have the tools to beat them as well. But I think, as far as odds and probability goes, because they have the two options, they can Trick Room, they can Tailwind, I've got the odds in their favour. If I deny their Trick Room, I lose to their Fast Mode. Without that Electro Web miss there, I lost that game. Absolutely, I lost that game. So if I deny the Trick Room, I lose to their Fast Mode. If I match their Tailwinds, I lose to their Cinderace. Because that Cinderace is faster than everything I've got, just speed types with my Cinderace. And, but, you know, they've got Landorus, they've got Intimidate, so my Cinderace doesn't really want to sit in here, does it? And if I'm Airstreaming with my Cinderace, you know, Regieleki is just going to sit there and knock me out. So, like, that's the problem with Cinderace here. So, like, I'm really stuck. Like, I feel like there's, like, barring, like, miraculous luck again, I feel like there's not really any way that I can win this game. Like, they just need to play sensibly, and they don't even have to think. They just click buttons and win. And, like, how bad is that? Like, how bad is this team where an opponent can literally just not think and win? I don't know. But anyway, let's see. We won the last game. Is there any chance we can win this game 3 in the set? And I'm really thinking here. I'm also thinking to myself right now, I shouldn't have gone straight into this third game, because I really needed to think what I was going to do in this game 3. And yeah, I should have just stalled for a little bit there, and maybe my opponent wait for me to accept the challenge again, but I didn't. And I'm really struggling to think. I'm panicking. What am I going to do? At least they haven't led with Whimsicott and Cinderace in any of these games. So, like, my big fear for Whimsicott Cinderace is if I lead Whimsicott Thundurus, because they haven't led like that at any point, I just go with the same again and just hope that I can do something. You know, maybe there's a different way that I can play it, that it's going to work out for me. We'll see, won't we? Let's see. So again, I don't want to see a Whimsicott and a Cinderace here. And we don't. Okay. So maybe again there's some way that we can maybe jiggle around and do something here. Now, again, like this is you know what I was talking about in the second game actually. Well, I mean, we're in the same position, so again, like, do I deny the Trick Room? Again, I have to go for the Switcheroo to do that. I just think, I'm just making the call at this point that he's not going to Trick Room, so I'm not going to make the same play. But instead, I do something else not very clever, I think. Yeah, I go for a Switcheroo and then Airstream into the Regieleki. Although, because they have got Taunt on their Whimsicott. Yeah, because they've got Taunt on their Whimsicott, if they do Tailwind themselves here, which I'm clearly expecting them to, because I'm not doubling into it and denying the Trick Room, they can just Taunt my Whimsicott and stop me from Tailwinding next turn. So, and I'm realising that at this point as well too, so I'm feeling, yeah, a bit dumb, honestly. But still, if we get the Regieleki out, you know, maybe we can do something. I don't know, maybe. And I do get, well, I get a Magnet, don't I? Yeah, I don't I don't get a whole lot from that turn. Yeah, and they've not gone for the Trick Room, they've just gone for the Tailwind. Really simple move. Electro Web, fine. Nice Defiant boost. My speed is going to be back up to neutral as well after this Airstream. But they've got Taunt on their Whimsicott. Yeah, that was so stupid of me. Like, I made the play that was in between. I made the play that didn't win if they were Trick Rooming and didn't win if they were Tailwinding. So that was a stupid move again, a really stupid move. because I did think, yes, you're not gonna trick room this time, so I didn't go for the switcheroo and attack into the Whimsicott. They must be tailwinding then. I should have tailwinded myself. And then I would have had a better chance at least, because now we're just in the same situation as last game, aren't we? Here is the Cinderace, here is their fast mode being faster than my fast mode, but like I'm thinking, right, okay, they have, I know they've got Taunt on their Whimsicott because I can see on the team sheet. So I'm thinking, right, well, they're just going to taunt into my Whimsicott because they need to deny me getting my Tailwind here. And I'm thinking I can survive a Fireball with a Thunderous. So I just attack, because I've got my Defiant boost, I just attack into their Cinderace. So here's my Cinderace, and I'm not quite sure what my Cinderace is supposed to be doing here. But hopefully if my Thunderous survives, I can get an Airstream boost on it and maybe do something. I resist Moonblast at least. I don't know. But yeah, here we go. Okay, Dynamax. And oh, what's this? No Taunt. So, like, they must have called this because they did have Taunt on their Whimsicott. If I did Tailwind, then I would have been in a better position. Even if I did, like in their defense, I suppose, even if I did Tailwind there, both the Whimsicott and Cinderace would have been faster than my Thunderous, so they could have still made the same combination. I was hoping that I would just survive that Moonblast, but no, not with the drop there, and we get knocked out. So, yeah, like, frustrating, because what I could have done there, like, in hindsight, again, what I could have done there is gone for a Max Guard, because the Thunderous is a threat. I've got my Defiant boost. I could have gone for the Max Guard and a Tailwind. But I respected them too much. I respected that Taunt too much. Because, yeah, I mean, again, like, it's easy to say I'm stupid looking back, doesn't it? But, like, they needed, the only way they knocked out my Thunderous there, I think, is with the double. And if they double, they're not taunting my Whimsicott. If they do taunt my Whimsicott, they're not knocking out my Thunderous. If they're not knocking out my Thunderous, I've got a chance, potentially, to one-shot their Cinderace. So I should have tried. I'm such an idiot. I'm reliving it all again. And my switch goes off there. And it comes back on again, don't worry. But, I'm such an idiot. Because, like, yeah, like I'm saying, like, again, I've made a play that's just not, it's just in between everything and just doesn't work either way. Because, yeah, like, fine. If they taunt, as I was expecting, I don't think they knock out the Thunderous, and I potentially knock out their Cinderace. Fantastic. I'm in a position now where I could potentially win the game. If they do double into my Thunderous, I can potentially protect it. Like, if I think they're going to double into it, I can protect it and Tailwind. So I guess it was a 50-50, wasn't it? You know, maybe I can't be too down on myself, because, yeah, like, I suppose if I wanted my Thunderous to survive, yeah, like, even if I did go for the Tailwind there, yeah, I guess it was a 50-50, because even if I did go for the Tailwind there, their Whimsicott and Cinderace would have still been faster than my Thunderous and knocked it out. So I had to go for the Max Guard there. Yeah, so yeah, I had to go for the Max Guard if I wanted my Thunderous to survive that turn. But Taunt on Whimsicott, like, I thought he had to just taunt into my Whimsicott. But I suppose then, yeah, maybe that was safe for him, because, like, you know, woo, you know, I get Tailwind up, whatever, you know, and I've just Max Guarded into these two attacks. Because he did Electro Web turn 1. Both of his Pokemon are still going to be faster than my Thunderous. So I suppose at that point, he would have Fireballed into my Thunderous. I would have survived just, or Darkness rather, into my Thunderous. I would have just survived. And then, I guess, I would have had to have fished for a Moonblast special attack drop, maybe into their Whimsicott, and then I think my Thunderous would have survived. The Moonblast, and then I would have knocked out the Cinderace, and I think maybe won the game there. So yeah, I mean, it potentially was possible to win the game, but I needed to call every turn absolutely perfectly, which just is not realistic, is it? So yeah, like, I wish, I don't know, I mean, I wish I wish this tournament wasn't so early. Like, I am historically bad in these I'm frustrated again. I'm historically bad in formats early on. Like, I am rubbish. I'm terrible in formats early on. Like, I only win things when I've got a team that I've tested and I like a lot and I'm comfortable with. This team clearly was not it. Yeah, like, I'm just thinking back. Yeah, I mean, my best performances, like, you know, Worlds 16 or whatever, you know, that was at the end of the format. I had a really good team I was confident in. The Ultra Series, I won the regional with Mewtwo. The end of the series, I was comfortable, I was happy with that team. The first regional that I won, that was at the beginning, I guess, of the 17 season, but I was using a team that I'd used all through, or most of the way through the 13 season. So again, that was a tried and tested team. I knew what to do with it. Like, I'm just rubbish early in the format. Like, that's how I feel. Like, my confidence right now in this format is non-existent. Like, I'm being straight up with you. Like, it really is. So, yeah, like, the team that I've just been using in this tournament, I don't know if I'll use it again, maybe to stream if I'm really desperate for something to stream with. I'm not going to try and win any serious games with this team. Absolutely not. Now, no. Yeah, back to square one, isn't it, I guess? Yeah, not happy. Can't put all of the blame on the team. I did play bad. Yeah, I'm kicking myself still for the game one of my second set where I didn't knock out the Volcarona. And I did, like, you know, I mean, come on, man. Like, if the second game happened as it happened, and I'd won the first game by just denying him Trick Room, turn 1, turn 2, whatever it was, game 1, then I think I would have won that game as well. So, that was just me being absolutely stupid. Yeah, I put way too much pressure on myself this tournament. I wasn't confident either way, but still I put too much pressure, too much stress on myself, and this is what happens. So, yeah, there you go. At least I can say, well, I competed in a players' tournament now, you know, whatever, fantastic. Hurrah. Maybe the next one will come around when I've actually got a team I'm a bit more confident in. So, yeah, there you go. I mean, I hope my negativity, my annoyance and anger seeping through here hasn't been too much of an annoyance for you watching this. I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope it's been interesting for you. If you didn't play in it, then this might have happened to you as well. Who knows? And if you did play in it, then whatever. But yeah, I hope this has been interesting to you at least. I hope you have enjoyed this video. It has been a long one. Obviously, it went to a game 3, didn't it? But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like and share. Please comment nice comments. Please make me feel a little bit better. Follow me on Twitch. Join the Patreon if you want to really make me happy. But either way, that's it for this video. That's it for the Players' Cup. Goodbye for now.